What's happening, guys? Awesome opportunity brought to you guys by my homies at Reebok One. We're giving away a new pair of these JJ Watt trainers. I already wore them. I'm gonna do some of my strongman work in them later. Super excited. They're very comfy, and you're gonna get a chance to win them before they come out on the market. All I need you guys to do is click the description, the link in the description. Go sign up at Reebok1.com. And that's it, guys. You're entered. I'm gonna choose it this weekend, so you guys got 3 or 4 days to sign up. That's all I need from you. Reebok One, sign up here. You guys also gonna get a discount on Reebok.com once you sign up. So it's a win-win. You're gonna get a discount, entered to win a pair of these kicks by my man JJ Watt. That's it for this one, guys. Enjoy the video.
What's happening, guys? Silent Mike, Super Training Gym, Mark Bell's Powercast, Reebok1.com, checking in again. A little bit of information for you guys. I'm gonna talk about my top deadlift accessory tips to build a bigger back, stronger glutes, and a bigger deadlift. I know I've talked about this a lot, but training always goes in waves by years, months, weeks, experience, age, injuries, everything else. So number one is to always work on your technique, be proficient at the lifts, whether you're conventional or sumo puller. Another opinion of mine is if you're a beginner, I suggest that you pull conventional for a while to build up that muscle. It's a little less technical than the sumo, maybe a year or two, and then once you get into it, you can pull sumo. Maybe if you have a very qualified coach, an experienced coach, you could learn sumo a little bit sooner, but if you're on your own, get that conventional pull down, build some muscle, and then move on to the sumo. Taking that into account, there's slightly different accessories for both lifts in my opinion, but the majority will work for both. Number one, in my opinion, is some kind of a block pull, elevated surface, conventional. Whether you pull conventional or sumo, I think a conventional, possibly a sumo block pull, rack pull, whatever you want to call it, in whatever form, is going to be a great accessory after your main lift. It's going to build up your grip, it's going to build up your upper back, it's going to often allow you to overload, handle more weight, overload your lats, overload your low back, overload your glutes, overload your hams, overload it all. So then once you get back to the ground, hopefully that technique's dialed in, you can really squeeze that bar into you, squeeze those lats into your shoulders. It's a great technique builder and muscle builder. Number two, in my opinion, is going to be, these aren't in necessarily a particular order, but number two on my list is some type of Romanian deadlift. Once again, if you pull conventional, you could even do a sumo Romanian, and if you pull sumo, you could do a conventional Romanian, but I'm a big fan of some type of stiff leg Romanian combo. I think it really decompresses the spine a little bit. It stretches the hamstrings and glutes after your main pull. After everything's so tight, it can also almost be like a rehab type movement, but then obviously it builds your glutes, builds your hams, it can build your low back, depending on the technique and depending how good you are with controlling your body. That's another factor in this. The hip hinge is a huge technique and skill you have to learn, I think, to be a good athlete in any sport, but also to lift properly in the bench, squat, deadlift, even the Olympic lifts. Learning how to hip hinge properly and then isolate each muscle depending on your goals, obviously hypertrophy, bodybuilding, or strength, I think is going to be very important in the long run. And don't be afraid to go a little bit heavier with these. As long as you're bracing your core tight, back semi-flat, working on that neutral spine, I think you're going to be well off doing some sets of 5, 8, 12, 15, even 20 reps. I like to train all my accessories and my main lifts through all sets and rep ranges. Movement that George Lehman shared with us, but I've used and known for a long time, is the box squat. When I came to Super Training Gym When I came to Super Training Gym probably 4 or 5 years ago, everyone box squatted because they were all in gear and they all trained the conjugate west side method. So I ended up hopping in the box squat when I wasn't proficient enough in my normal squat. So my squat itself did not get that much better, personally, lifting as a raw lifter, because my technique wasn't locked in as a raw squatter. But what did go up is my deadlift. My conventional deadlift skyrocketed purely from box squatting. It really builds up your glutes, hams, different explosive movements. Specialty bars can help as well. But if you do the box squat, kind of a normal stance, extra wide stance if you're sumo, or kind of a closer stance like conventional, your conventional stance, I think it can help build up a ton of muscle, explosiveness, reaction speed, using anywhere from maybe 60 to 75%. But every once in a while, once again, going heavy, hitting some heavy sets of 5 or 8 after your main deadlift, or on an opposite day. So if you're deadlifting once a week, box squat later in the week, 3 to 4 days later, I think will build up a lot of strength and a lot of muscle for you guys. Last but not least is any kind of lat movement, but in particular the bent over barbell row, bent over dumbbell row, something where you can handle a good amount of weight. It also makes you work on that neutral spine, work on controlling your midline, getting tight through the core, handling some heavy weight, pulling the bar into your hips, low elbows, like a lot of bodybuilders, stand efforting, Brad Rowe have taught me, really builds up those lats, and it translates perfect to the deadlift as you have to drop those shoulders over your armpits, really pull that bar into your body, reinforcing good technique while building muscle, while translating into the deadlift. That's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you learned something. If this helped you out, be sure to share, go down, thumbs up, subscribe. I'm out here. Appreciate it.
Let's go! Up! Up!